How does UK address the concern that AI-based counter-terrorism tools can lead to racial or religious profiling?
I'll skip this why instead mentioning all the words.
Delegate specifically ask regarding which AI counter-terrorism tools are you talking about? Okay, so that they can be specific in their answer.
Sure.
And send it via IDP, please. Delegate of Vietnam.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, Vietnam, speaking as a developing country, believes that artificial intelligence must become a tool for shared prosperity rather than digital inequality. Today, most advanced algorithms, data centers, patents are concentrated in few economies. While developing states bear the burdens of costs, cybersecurity, and social disruption. Vietnam states that this imbalance can affect its core rights, right of development, right to access of services, decent employment, and affordable technology. If global rules ignore these gaps, millions of global south will remain only consumers of AI, not creators. Therefore, Vietnam calls for technology transfer, fair financing for digital infrastructure, multilingual data sets, and representation of their developing countries in the standards. AI governance should respect sovereignty while ensuring no nation is left behind in the fourth industrial revolution. Vietnam reaffirms equity is not charity, it is a basic human right obligation. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. One point of information. None? Okay, we're moving ahead. Delegate of Marshall Islands. Before that, delegates, we have been informed that there are delegates who are still using internet. I'm not taking all the names. You can understand who it is. Once for your call, you'll be disqualified. Okay, please go ahead.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, the Republic of the Marshall Islands highlights that artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming societies, yet its benefits and burdens are distributed unequally. While advanced economies reap the advantages of AI-driven growth, many developing and small island states face the risks without access to meaningful benefits. This digital inequality threatens the rights to development, equality, and non-discrimination. Without inclusive frameworks, AI may deepen existing global disparities and marginalize those with limited technological capacity. The Marshall Islands calls for equitable access to AI technologies and strengthened international cooperation. Technology transfer, inclusive governance, and human rights-based regulations are essential to ensure AI supports sustainable development for all. The Marshall Islands, AI must serve humanity collectively, not entrench global inequality.
Thank you, Delegate. Any points of information? Entertaining only one. Yes, Delegate of Bhavan. Please keep your question very simple, concise, and clear.
What say do Marshall Islands have in AI climate modeling? AI climate modeling, since it's a vulnerable nation, how do you integrate AI with environmental disasters?
Well, respectfully, Marshall Islands believes that since it is a climatically vulnerable state, if AI is being used for like exactly what are you meaning by that? Can you repeat it?
How are you using AI to mitigate the effects of climate disasters in your nation?
Well, since it's still a developing state, we do not have the required modern day AI working for it, and we are working on it so that we can use AI for modulating our climate and act upon it.
Delegate of Iraq.
Honorable Chair and fellow delegates, the Republic of Iraq asserts that AI and mass surveillance are not neutral tools. They are deeply political. We are greatly concerned by the burdens of bias surveillance, where technologies exported to our region often lack the critical cultural and linguistic nuisance necessary for the Iraqi context. For the Iraqi public, these are not abstract risks. We have seen how biometric database is mismanaged, risk becoming treeless in a society still healing from conflict. We witness the daily struggles of our women journalists for whom AI is now being weaponized, not from progress but for digital violence. When surveillance tools cannot distinguish between a legitimate cultural gathering and a security threat, we lead directly to discriminatory criminal justice practices and the erosion of privacy. Iraq demands accountability from the global tech industry. We refuse to be a testing ground for opaque algorithms that fail to understand our social fabric. We call for an international framework that mandates human rights impact assessments and ensures the right to be different and automation of discrimination. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. One point of information. Delegate of Belgium.
To the delegate of Iraq, how does the government ensure that AI adoption supports development without inequality or exploitation of vulnerable population? How does the government ensure that AI adoption supports development without increasing inequality or exploitation of vulnerable population?
Asking how our government will use AI without discriminating our public of the country.
Delegate, do you have an answer?
Can I get the question rather than
Yes, Delegate.
You want?
Yes, good one.
Delegate, you had mentioned about how, Delegate, you had mentioned that your women journalists were facing, can you mention that?
Yeah, our women journalists were facing threats due to AI.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, aren't your women journalists facing threat due to your own government, Delegate? So are you just disregarding your own government and UN?
No, I would like to say that as a developing economy, we are trying to bring policies which protect women and children and will definitely ensure the protection of women.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate of Pakistan.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, the Islamic Republic of Pakistan expresses concern over the equal global distribution of artificial intelligence, benefits and burdens. While a small number of technological advanced states and corporations reap economic and strategic advantages from artificial intelligence, many developing countries face the negative consequences without equitable access to its benefits. This imbalance exacerbates existing global inequalities and undermines the right of development. For countries like Pakistan, limited access to data, infrastructure, and financial resources restricts meaningful participation in the AI economy. At the same time, AI-driven systems imported by the neighboring countries often reflect bias and fail to account for the local context, leading to discrimination and exclusion. Job displacement caused by automation further threatens the livelihoods in an economy and with limited social competence. Thanks.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate Sandy Bright, we have very less time remaining. Delegate of North Macedonia.
List of personal privilege. Yes.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, artificial intelligence holds immense potential for development, yet its benefits remain unevenly distributed. While technologically advanced states reap economic and social gains, many developing and smaller states face the burden of automation, job displacement, and biased decision-making systems without adequate safeguards. The imbalance risks deepening global inequalities and undermining rights to work, equality, and non-discrimination. AI systems trained on non-representative data can marginalize already vulnerable populations, reinforcing existing social and economic disparities. North Macedonia emphasizes the importance importance of inclusive AI governance that ensures equitable access to technology, data, and expertise. International cooperation, technology transfer, and capacity building are essentials to ensure that AI contributes to sustainable development and human rights for all, rather than becoming a source of global division. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. We come to the end of the mod topics. Since we're reverting back to the GSL, since the delegate of Bolivia and Burundi hasn't spoken yet, so we'd like the delegate of Bolivia to speak now and followed by Burundi later on, because later we will look for motions on the floor. So delegate of Bolivia.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates. The pluralization state of Bolivia takes the floor with a simple belief: technology should serve people, not watch over them. Artificial intelligence and mass surveillance are no longer abstract ideas. They're already shaping daily life, deciding whose data is collected, whose behavior is monitored, and whose voices are pushed aside. For developing countries, this raises not only technical questions but questions of power and dignity. Bolivia speaks from experience. Our history shows what happens when power operates without accountability, especially for indigenous people and marginalized communities. When algorithms provide communities and decisions are made by systems that cannot be questioned, technology becomes a source of fear rather than progress. We reject the false choice between security and freedom. Any use of AI or surveillance must be lawful, necessary, proportionate, and subject to effective oversight. Bolivia therefore calls for a human rights-based international framework for AI that promotes transparency and supports capacity building for the global south. In closing, Bolivia believes that progress must place human rights at the center of the digital future. Thank you.
Thank you, delegate. We're looking for motions or points on the floor. Delegate of UK, followed by Czechia, India, and Malawi.
Honorable Chair, I would like to suspend the formal debate and move to the unmoderated caucus for 15 minutes.
Okay, delegate. Delegate of Czechia.
The delegate of Czechia would like to suspend formal debate and raise a motion for an unmoderated caucus in 25 minutes.
Maximum time is 20 minutes, delegate, but yes, we'll go for 25 minutes. We'll consider it because you'll have to prepare your draft resolutions. Next, delegate of India, who is recognized?
The delegate of India would like to suspend the moderated caucus session and would like to start an unmoderated caucus session for 15 minutes.
Delegate of Malawi.
I second Czechia.
We'll go first with the voting of delegate of Czechia's unmod for 25 minutes. All the delegates for the motion, please raise your placard. This clearly passes. Voting on unmod for the next 25 minutes. Delegates, please prepare your drafts right now. You will be required to submit them at 1 p.m.
Actually is. नीचे रखवा रही हूँ इधर रखेंगे हेलो और उधर उधर प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे
Delegates, just a reminder that
आओ इधर अंदर तो
write your draft resolutions in Google Docs, and sponsors, make sure that you have a laptop which is well charged, because you will be presenting in real time and the amendments will be seen. Okay? And once all the draft resolutions are done, kindly send it in the WhatsApp group. Alright, delegates?
Yeah.